a wing there, one wing. Or you can use this guy over here. I've got roughly 1/8 of an inch in thickness here. 142, 135. It's within 7/1000 of an inch. It's fairly close. So the next thing is I like to see the distance from the peaks to see if they're, oh look at that, they're exactly the same. That's kind of neat. And it's pretty square. I guess I've done this before, so I make it look easier. It's pretty tricky to do that. I've used the drum sander to do the same task by running it in one way and then pulling it out. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. The other sander does a better job. But then what you can do after you get these little creases here is you can give it a little bit of a radius just to match your fingerboard to some extent. So like this, and then I'll push over here a little bit, and I'll pull back and I'll push over here, but not touching the edges of the wings. So just be ever so careful if you want to watch closer. And now, remember we radiused the inside, and I figured we take about 20 thou off. So I'm down from 320 to 295. So it's just fantastic. So now my bridge is going to end up sitting like this. But as it is, I'd like to clean it up a little bit more now. There's a few little tweaks that I like to put onto my bridges. And in order to do that, what I will do is put it in my vise. And first off, all the rough sanding marks from before, I'm gonna smooth those over with a file here, just so it's a more fluid little radius. Next thing I'm going to do is this is probably the best way to shape this. I'll do my right side first, then my left side. But I'm going to give this a little bit of a radius. Now the funny thing with the Gibsons and the Martins is when Gibson copied the Martin style bridge but made it backwards, they didn't really change anything. So it's actually ergonomically quite a poorly designed bridge. So I'll copy that because it looks cool. But if you want to come around from this angle and just take a peek at this, you can actually see the way that there's going to be a straight line over here coming up. And I'm going to file away at that. I'm going to integrate it with the wing. I'm also going to grab that really nice heavy duty file over here This one's just awesome for shaping. So then I got roughly a 45-degree angle on it. And I'm going to smooth it over. And in this section here, I'm going to integrate the wing with the belly. Same thing over here. Give some bridges that are messed up. They look so neat. So there's the top profile. It's pretty close. Now there's one other thing that I like to do, and it's because of my grandpa's old Martin. The guy who hot rodded it, what he did is he made it so when you're playing and you're strumming and you put your finger here sometimes, it's nice and smooth on this portion here. So I keep this line nice and 45 degrees up and, or sorry, 90 degrees up and down, and this I round it and smooth it over just gently. So if it was a left-handed guitar, I would do it differently. So I'll just take just enough. So then it's more comfortable for the player. And then, with the edges of the wings, a lot of the old 1940s guitars had a little extra care taken when they were making the bridge. So I'll also take this end here and I will radius it just a little bit. So now my bridge is pretty much roughed out, and I'll spend some time cleaning it up. Something like that. So now you can see that it's covered in scratches, and it's roughly the correct shape and size. And I'll just take some sandpaper and just sand it nice and smooth, and then I'll polish it off. But I like to keep this little crease, this little line right here. So, does that make sense?